to the AMC livecast. Guess what? We're
We're
missing a
short
wheel.
one.
We're missing a wheel. First and foremost, we just got a message from Miss Brenda. Jason is very, very sick, so we want to start the show off by wishing him the best. Please get better, my friend. Take care of yourself. If Mama wants to take you to the ER, don't give her a hard time. Go. She said that his fever was bad. He's got walking pneumonia. Do what you got to do to get better, my friend. And we will try to do our best without you. It's not the same without you, but the show must go on. But get better, my friend, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Absolutely.
Our guest tonight is I'm gonna step into this real quick. Our guest tonight is still Chris. Chris Bell from Scale Speed Garage has agreed to come on. Now Jason is our liaison. Y'all know between him and between him and Bruce, they're the brains of this operation. I'm just the guy that makes the noise. But Jason is more along the lines of, being able to ask the really good questions for Chris. So we're going to bring Chris back when Jason is better to get more into the technical stuff. So we're going to shift gears here a little bit and talk to Chris. Chris will still tell us about what he does. We got a great announcement that we're going to make. But he's going to still tell us about what he does. But we're going to try to get a little bit more into the modeling side of Chris on this particular episode. And when Jason comes back, he can get into the nuts and bolts of what it is that Chris does. Again, Jason, get better.
Who are you?
Look at that. I'm so worried about Jason, I forgot to introduce myself. Those of you that don't know, my name's Mike. I'm the Scale Model Outlaw, and right next to me, right is right, left, and left is right. Right next to me is our awesome producer, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, Mr. Bruce. Who are you?
I'm Bruce from Bruce's Eclectic World, and I say every week I got pushed the red button. It is red, by the way. I just want y'all to know that.
It is red. It is absolutely
It is red.
Did you hit it with a Sharpie and make it red?
Yeah, well, yeah, I got that big long one about you go like this,
Hey, listen, our new president has the red Coke button or Diet Coke button. I gotta have me a Diet Coke button.
Somebody had that button you could hit on your desk and it would order your printer supplies. Who was that?
Was that the Family Feud?
Yeah, bing.
Whack-a-mole.
Two notes.
Whack-a-mole. Well, again, please pray for Jason. Let's hope he gets better. We miss him.
Yes.
And we're gonna try to trudge on, but it's never the same without it. Never the same without him. Bruce, you want to go right straight to our social media shout outs?
Sure, why not? We'll let you go first. Let me find
Yeah, Office Depot BG does have one of those buttons that you can just mash.
Yeah. And there we go.
My social media shout out is for Pete's Model Car Customs. Pete has been a subscriber of mine for a really long time. Wow. Pete's a really cool guy. I'm going to say he's from England because he usually ends his videos every week with cheerio from jolly old England. So go check him out. He's got a lot going on right now. He's building this 1964 ramp truck. It's really, really cool. He does a lot of custom work. But Pete, I would dare say, is probably most famous, or at least in my mind, when he was cleaning out the back of the grills. He got some videos out there where he sanded down and cleaned out the back side of the grill. So now instead of having the chrome, a non-see-through grill, he made it to where you can see through it, and really, really cool stuff going on. So if you don't have Pete subscribed, go over there, give him a big old thumbs up, tell him that the AMC livecast sent you.
Yeah, he's a subscriber of mine, and that he had several people that joined in on that. Kyle at the RKD Scale Works, he's one of them. He's in the chat tonight, and he did a couple grills, and I thought that's crazy. But I've done one of myself. So I did the Christine grill. It took me 8 hours.
Hey, it's what
That's
sometimes
the
it's
kind
what.
of build I'm working on.
Yeah, a super
So
secret one.
well, it's not super secret. It's going to be the Christine for Grandpa Mark's Hobbies movie cars.
Right, and Grandpa Mark said earlier he's got, what was it? He said he had his Cheetos and his Dr. Pepper. He was ready to go. Is that what he had?
Tex Mix. Yeah.
Tex Mix. Tex Mix. He was ready to go.
Let me
Who's your social
find
media shout out for the week?
mine is Styrene Dreams.
Dreams. Okay.
He's kind of new coming back. He did a great video on this 49 Merc right here. So you know me, I'm a sucker for a Merc or a Ford. So, but he did a great job. I have already informed him that I was going to be doing this tonight.
Nice.
Don't know if he's yet. I haven't seen him, but he's got 390 subscribers. So, you know, run over and give him a like, share, subscribe. Same way with Pete. You know, give him a like, share, subscribe, and tell him we sent you over there. I mean,
right. Absolutely. The AMC Livecast sent you. Sluggo, we have build nights, but tonight's not one of them because we have an awesome guest that we want to bring forward. We'll talk about build nights for the third week of the month. Bruce, is that right?
Yeah.
We'll have them. We'll announce them when you see
third one.
Garage,
I have to stop and think too because
talk, that's when we talk.
This is kind of an extra Thursday in the month. So
right, and the reason we're doing this tonight is because we got a really, really cool announcement, and we got Chris Bell in the green room waiting on us. And by the way, Frank, Chris said the green room was really nice. We put donuts back there for him. So without further ado, let's go ahead and bring Chris forward and let's talk about what we got to do. There it is. There he is.
Since we are winging it without Jason tonight, I'm flying in for a landing here.
Right. Coming in from Colorado.
Thank you guys so much for letting me perch up here for the next hour or so. Excited to be back.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, we thank you for go ahead and decide to come on. So.
Yeah, absolutely, Chris. Again, we apologize to you for not being in a full house tonight, but Jason's down, and we're just going to give him support, and I know you understand. So,
yep.
Well, if you guys don't know, this is Chris Bell from Scale Speed Garage. Chris, tell them a little bit about yourself and what it is you do, and then we'll move on to others.
Yeah. So I guess I will maybe lead in with what Scale Speed Garage is and kind of backdate towards who I am and how I got started in this. So if you're not familiar with Scale Speed Garage, a few years ago, I was in the business of printing and selling model car parts and come from a design background. And as I started doing that, I started seeing more and more people in the Facebook world saying, man, I really want to learn how to do this myself. I don't want to just buy what's out there. I want to learn how to do this 3D printing thing myself. And so I said, you know what, there should be a resource, an all-in-one resource for people who are wanting to get into 3D printing for the model car hobby, where they can find, you know, excellent files, where they can find how-to help, troubleshooting help, because let's be real, it's 3D printing, stuff does go wrong, and sometimes you're just scratching your head trying to figure out why the printer isn't doing what it should be doing. So we have troubleshooting help. And so that's kind of where the idea started. But over the last few years since we launched, a really cool thing has happened, and it's grown up this real community within Scale Speed Garage. And so members get access to a members only community. We have a little private social wall, we call it. It's like a little mini Facebook for members, just without all of the toxicity and negativity that you see on social media these days. A really cool community of very supportive, very engaged builders. We've since kind of branched out into doing things like offering our members discounts from partner vendors. So our friends over at VGC Resins, they offer our members a discount. Our friends over at Scale Finishes Paints offer our members a discount. And so really, wherever you are in your 3D printing journey, whether you literally have your first printer on the way or you've been doing this for a while, we have something for you. More recently, the newest kind of big thing that we've added is what we call Scale Speed Academy. And that is for the guys that are the guys and gals that are, you know, they're comfortable with printing and they want to take it to the next step and they want to learn how to start designing their own stuff. So in Scale Speed Academy now, that's part of our top tier SSG Elite membership. In Scale Speed Academy, we do 2 monthly live calls where we get on Zoom and we are working through design projects, designing for resin 3D printing at scale right there on the Zoom call live. And we record those and we put those into a recording archive. So if you can't make the call or you want to go back and brush up, you can do that on your own time as well. And so that's been a really cool thing to get to share kind of that side of my knowledge as well. Yeah, that's kind of an overview of what Scale Speed Garage is. If you're looking for just the files, you don't need the help with the printing. You're not really interested in learning how to design anything and you just want the files. We do also have a files only membership. Comes in at under $20 a month. Great option for people just looking to get some cool stuff to print. I got back into the hobby in early 2019. I spent a lot of my adult life, as I may have mentioned this on the previous call, but I spent a lot of my adult life really going down a rabbit hole of drug and alcohol addiction. And in 2018, the woman who's now my wife and I decided to get sober. And after a while of being sober, I said, man, I really could use a hobby, something to, you know, give me something to do here. And so that year for my birthday, she bought me a model kit. She remembered somewhere back in a nook or cranny of her brain that I mentioned once that I used to build models as a kid and I loved it. She bought me a model kit and we were off to the races. Fast forward a little bit further, and I was starting a brand new restaurant management job right in like February of 2020. If you're a student of history, you know what happened shortly thereafter. I very soon found myself.
You were out of work.
Yep. I was out of work, but had money coming in from unemployment and didn't really want to go back to working for somebody else right at that time. So I said, you know, I'm going to start a business. And that's kind of how the 3D printing thing came around. So, well, you know,
you mentioned Josh a little while ago. Josh is actually in the chat.
Now, hey, Josh.
There you go. There he is. He's saying hi to everybody. Josh was on last week. And if you guys don't remember or didn't sit in, Josh is the exclusive printer for Scale Speed Garage. Is that correct? So if you see a file that Chris has come up with, Josh may or may not. I mean, depending on, I guess, because you got so many files, you couldn't possibly print them all. But I've seen some of your packs. I heard Chuck, you know, we're huge supporters of BG, Chuck, Matt, and Jason from the Scale Model Car podcast. And those guys, I've heard Chuck talk about them. What you got, Bruce?
Yeah, we got an ad for them too tonight.
We got an ad for them tonight. Oh, cool. I might be able to add a little something to it, but I might wait till it comes in. We're chasing rabbits, but I've heard Chuck talk about the file packs. Like you get a racing file pack, like a, what do you call them? The drag racing packs and whatever. So that is really, really cool that you guys, you know, you work together like that. And anybody that's ever purchased any of Josh's 3D printed stuff, you know that it's super detailed. He does a great job with it. And I'm not a 3D printer, but he couldn't do those things without your files. So you guys work hand in hand, and that is awesome. That is super
Yeah.
cool.
And, Josh loves to credit me for developing his skill with 3D printing, but I will be the first person to tell you that this is very much a case of the student surpassing the master. Josh, I think, puts out hands down the cleanest, nicest prints on the market. And that's just one of a million reasons why we're proud to be partnered up with him and work so closely together.
Well, and yes, Kevin, commercials. We have sponsors that we're super proud, and we're super happy to run their commercials. So yeah, we're going to have some commercials. In fact, Bruce, if you were ready, and do you want to go ahead and run Chris's commercial?
Real quick, can I just jump in and make a comment on that? Yeah. So I know that like ads and commercials can be frustrating sometimes, but I do want to point out that the guys that run this show that you're watching right now, I came to them and I offered to be a sponsor and pay them for when people come and join using their link. And they turned me down. They said, we're not doing this for the money. We don't want any of the money. Could you instead maybe turn that around and give that back to our viewers and give them an extra special deal? And so that's what we've worked out. So I just thought that was really cool. And I wanted everybody who's watching this to know kind of the behind the scenes on that, because you don't see that all that often these days.
Well, we definitely appreciate that. We're here to bring a positive, and now I'm really wishing Jason was here, because we were the core of this, but we're here to bring something positive to the community. We enjoy bringing you guys on, and we got sponsors, and sure, we're going to get products from you, but then we're going to showcase those products on here, and again, to bring it out to everybody. BG, I'm with you, and I think Billy said the same thing. If we could get a taco sponsor, oh wow,
that'd be awesome.
It'd be commercials every 30 seconds for the tacos.
Tacos for everybody.
The commercials are just that, but at the same time, they're here to show you guys what's available out there in the community. And well, Bruce, if you're ready, let's just run that beautiful bean footage.
Yeah, we'll run Chris's, and then we'll run the other ones later.
We want to run
after we do the talk about this one.
Okay. That is a cool commercial.
It is.
Cool. So you guys definitely go check out those of you that are either thinking about Chris. I remember, and I've told the story that how you and I first, I can't say met, but the first time I contacted you, you probably don't even remember, because I can just tell that I'm not the only one. But we chatted a little bit on Messenger or possibly email. I forget now. I was looking into it, and you were straight up and honest, and you were like, listen, I could help you get started from, you had a package where it came with a printer and, the whole thing. Do you still offer that sort of stuff? Talk to us a little bit about the different level. You already said that you can get it from opening the box, but I think that if you still offer that deal where you can buy a 3D printer through Scale Speed Garage, do you still offer that?
It's something that we don't market actively anymore. The tricky thing is that the prices on 3D printers fluctuate sometimes week by week. And so for us to set up a deal, sometimes it works out great. Other times we end up eating a bunch of money. Other times it's like the member could get a better price buying the printer and then joining Scale Speed Garage separately. If that's something you're looking for, if you're kind of looking for an all-in-one, I did have somebody just reach out to me the other day by email. You can certainly send us a message or an email, and we can figure out solution for you where we can bundle something based on what your needs are, because that's the other thing. When we were doing that printer bundle previously, it was just one printer. You didn't really get your choice of printer, and so you may have had different needs out of a printer than what we were offering. So this just kind of allows us to be a little bit more flexible and kind of follow the pricing trends in the industry a little bit better.
I still think that, even though I understand why you got away from it, because there's a lot of different stuff for a lot of different people out there, but I still think it speaks to both you and Scale Speed Garage that you were at least offering an entry level. Here's something that you can get from me, buy from me, and follow through and grow from there, right? So my hat's still off to you for that. And again, I told everybody that story to tell you that you spent every bit of an hour just chatting with me back and forth. And, I was hitting the highs and lows. I'm like, is it going to take away from my bench time? And you were honest. Like I think you were the first one that told me that it's a hobby in itself. And you can definitely go down a rabbit hole and not find yourself sitting at the workbench. So again, for you to take that time, told me right away that you're a good guy. We ended up not working out a deal, but at the same time, you're still very good to me and very polite and very informative. I think is probably the best word. So I can only imagine once they get on board with you, how much more information is available.
Right. Yeah. And, that's my thing is I'm not after short-term gains of money. I want members to join if it's going to be a good value for them, if it's going to be something that enhances their hobby, and if it's going to be something that they're engaged in. I never want somebody to look at their credit card statement and say, "Oh, why am I still paying for this?" Right? I would rather them not be a member than have any sort of regret about what they're doing. So
yeah, and that kind of ties in, and I can only imagine, but I've heard both you and Josh say that's why you guys kind of have you have an awesome working relationship to where your files go to him and he can print them. Now, again, he doesn't print all of them, but
right.
You still got somebody that's putting your product out there for the guys like me that just want to buy it ready to be put together and put into a model. I'm that guy.
Yeah, 100%. We recognize that there is a large portion of our hobby that don't have any interest in doing the printing themselves. And so, it felt like a shame to design all this really cool stuff and then not let anybody who wants it have access to it. So,
do you see the question there that Bruce popped up for
Mark has a question.
Yeah. So Mark, I know there are some on like Colts 3D or CG Trader. You may have to play around with the scaling a little bit. That's actually something that I really am trying to kind of move into learning how to design. There's kind of two different types of design. There's what we would call like parametric modeling, which is when you think of hard parts like mechanical items. And that's what my background is in. And so that's what I know. There's another side of modeling, which is a lot more like organic and free form, which would be doing things like people, drivers, figures, car bodies, things like that. And that's just kind of a whole other separate style of digital 3D modeling, and one that I try to like wrap my brain around. But I would think Colts 3D is probably your best bet. I will throw a little tidbit out here, a little sort of pro tip, and it may work for those of you that are a little tech savvy. I'm trying to remember what it's called. I recently downloaded a piece of software that's essentially a person creator in 3D. Mm-hmm. And so you have all of these different variables that you can change. You can change the sex of the figure. You can change height, weight, what they're wearing, stuff like that. And it'll give you a 3D model of them. And then kind of the advanced level from that is you can take that file and bring it into a software called Blender that's a really popular modeler. and you can do what they call rigging, which is basically adding a skeleton to this thing, and then you can pose it how you want. My knowledge of it at this point is purely academic. I have not really had a chance to sit down and actually figure out how to do it. But I think it's called Make Human.
Well, hang on just a second. I love being live. My doorbell is ringing, so if you want to check that out, talk to the chat. I gotta go see who's at the door. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna drop a link.
My girl went to Tallahassee to open up a new store, so I'm here by myself.
I'm going to drop a link in the chat to that Make Human software in case anybody's interested in playing around with it. But yeah, that's kind of my final frontier, if you will, of 3D modeling, is figuring out how to use Blender and how to kind of do some of the more organic stuff. Up to this point, any time that I've needed to do something more along those lines, I've just hired it out. But yeah, Mark, I think I've just played around probably for 10 minutes in Make Human, and it seems like it's really cool. So definitely, by all means, it's a free download. It's open source software. You can go grab a copy and start playing around with it.
I know one thing we can do. We can go ahead and while Mike's gone, is run. And when BG's in here, I haven't seen any of the other guys, but they're running a podcast group build for rally cars. Big word, Bruce.
Yes.
So let me run that for them guys. Actually, that was the wrong one. I pushed the wrong button. Imagine that. Here's the one I'm supposed to be running.
Okay.
Hey, we should host another group build sponsored by the podcast.
Sure, but it needs to be a race car this time.
Yeah, something that can race on asphalt or dirt.
And night and different types of weather. That would be pretty cool.
And can fly.
Wait, what?
What you talking about, BG?
Hey, I got it. Rally cars.
Yes.
What date should we run the build for?
How about January 31st? It can start and go to December 31st. That's a good amount of time.
Sure, I can work with that.
Okay, but I gotta say, I'm a little concerned about the defying gravity thing. I haven't had much luck in that lately.
Join the Scale Model Car Podcast 2025 Rally Cool Rally Car Group Build and build that rally car model kit that's been sitting on your shelf ever since you brought it home from the hobby store and said, I'm gonna build that one day, because now is your chance.
I just love the joke that Chuck threw in there.
Right. I'm just fixing to say my favorite part of that whole commercial was Chuck saying that he didn't have much luck with gravity lately. I apologize for running through the door. My girlfriend's son ordered pizza, and DoorDash showed up with a pizza, and he's in the shower. So fortunately, my first question was, is it paid for? Because I'm not giving you any money. Like, yeah, it's paid for. But, yeah, that's fun. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and announce it here, but I'm not going to be able to. I'm going to make a video on it later. But when I saw that they were doing the rally car thing, if you guys are familiar, I don't have the box anymore, but I'm doing a pacer that I've been doing for a long time. It's kind of on hold, and that same kit was available in 3-to-1 with the rally car. So I'm doing a pacer rally car, 1976 pacer rally car. I had to get it off eBay. Went on there, and the guy was asking $199 for it. I'm like, okay, I'm going to Oshima or Hasegawa. I'm not paying that kind of money, right? But he ended up giving me a good deal on it, and I bought it. So I'll be creating a video for that on the Scale Model Outlaw channel pretty soon. But think it's going to be fun to have a little pacer in the mix. It's something different.
Very cool. Very cool.
I've already got my kit ordered from eBay also. Thanks to Mr. Kyle over at RKD Skillworks. He did the legwork for me.
He did the legwork for you. That's cool.
Very nice.
So, what did I miss while I was checking on the boys' pizza?
Oh, we were just pushing the wrong buttons.
Just pushing the wrong button. Okay, well, I can relate to that. I'm like the king of pushing wrong buttons.
Yeah, well, I'm
Mike surely not RKD. He knows me. It's going to be something AMC. That's
taking the page from Mike's buttons.
Well, I'm real good at starting build-offs. I'm not great at finishing them, but I saw that a couple days ago that they put that out, and I've got an old NTEX 1/12th scale Mercedes 450 SLC kit in the stash, and just happened to see a while back that they did actually run a 450 SLC in some rally back in the day. So I'm thinking if I jump in on that one, that's going to be my kit for that. We'll go big.
Cool. Well, talking about that, you said earlier that you may have some projects that you'd like to share with us. Show us.
Oh yeah.
Show and tell.
Show and tell.
Show and tell.
Show and tell.
You're gonna be up on the big screen now.
All right, I love it.
Kind of like going to the drive-in. You get to be Godzilla.
Well, since we're talking about rallies and dirt stuff, I'll kind of show this. I've resurrected this ongoing project. This actually comes from a file pack that we did in Scale Speed Garage. We did a mud truck file pack with the chassis and some big beefy Rockwell axles, old Rice and Cane tires, tractor tires. So I've been working on this one for a while. It's got a blown Chevy big block that's going to go in the back. That's why the scoop is backwards. So I've been working on that one. The body is a 59, I think, Studebaker from Nahul Customs that I took and kind of digitally did some surgery on it to cut out some giant wheel arches.
Super cool.
That's been one. And I was catching a little bit of Josh's video last week with y'all, and I think it was Jason that brought up the engine run stand and the dyno. And I've got one that's in progress here. So that's one of our Ford flathead engines on the run stand. And then here is
the dyno. Hell yeah, that is so cool. So cool.
So
sweet.
Lastly, I'll just show a little sneak peek. If any of you are not yet subscribed to Auto Modeler magazine, I write a column for them for all things 3D printed. And I'm doing a 2-part series on a full 3D kit from a company called D Models out of Romania. It is their white semi-truck. So I've been working on that. I wrote the first part. The first part will be out in this issue that's coming out here in a week or two. The follow-up, the second part of the article will be out in the next issue, but it's building up really nice, and I'm doing a lot of weathering to it. So
now, is that something that's going to be available through you, Josh, or are you just going to have the file?
No, this is actually not through either of us. This is a commercially available kit that you can buy from D Models.
Oh, okay. Understood.
Yep.
That is cool stuff, man. Super cool stuff. Talking about Auto Modeler, we're going to throw a little, Bruce, I think you can take it. There you go. First of all, I'm a big fan of Auto Modeler. Been subscribed to them since we first heard about them from the Scale Model Car podcast. If you guys are fans of Lucas E like I am, and you watch the issue 4 review, if you guys have seen that, they do a huge shout out for us on the live cast because we're going to have Scott Comer from Auto Modeler on the show the second week in February. We're so looking forward to having him on here. Bruce, I think that's the 13th. Is that correct? February, second week in
Yeah.
February. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to having Scott on here. Luca and him did that review, and they just threw us out there and gave us a great plug, and we appreciate those guys. Can't thank them enough. Can't thank Luca enough. Uh, he's what a great guy. But I've been, like I said, I've been following along on the magazine, Chris, and you guys, you're doing a great article on there. I was actually just talking to Lewis Hicks a little while ago, and
Yep.
Lewis is doing some really cool stuff on there. Can't wait to get Scott in here, and be a part of that. But I want to tip my hat to you for getting on board with them and being a part of that and using your time, taking your time, your influence to be a part of that magazine. It's just an awesome magazine.
It is.
Oh, it is. And like you mentioned, Lewis Hicks, and we have Roy Sorensen, and we've got, the list goes on of just amazing people to be associated with. I'm truly honored to be part of it, and it's been really cool. Couple questions that I saw in the chat. Kevin, the white truck that D Models does is actually a much earlier truck. It's like a late 1940s, mid 1950s superpowered WC22, I believe was the model number. So going way back. Which is cool. And that's kind of what first attracted me to this company is, we have tons of, not tons, but we have plenty of model kits for semi trucks kind of starting from the mid to late 60s onward, but very little from like the early days of trucking. And that's something that's always interested me. So cool to have the option to build some of the older stuff too.
Bruce, did you see that question about the I don't know how to get out of there now, but I'm trying. I'm Bruce. I'm touching stuff. I shouldn't be touching stuff.
No. What?
Jerva asked a question about 3D printed tires.
I did see that. The looking for rally tires,
yes.
Light bars. I've got that in plans. Yes, cool. That's definitely something I want to do. And if I do end up jumping into this group build, it's certainly something I'll do. And sometimes files for Scale Speed Garage come about that way. I need something for a build of myself, and I design it, and I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. Let's give this to the members. So.
Greg, you're absolutely right. I have no business touching nothing. The buttons are not what I do. And Joe, I washed my hands like Tuesday. What's today? You do a B model.
I like B model Max.
Kevin, we don't. I have some plans to move more into the semi truck and commercial vehicle space with Scale Speed Garage. I know that, so I've got one in the stash that's a resin cast from American Industrial Truck Models. And when Dave Natal passed a few years ago, I know that was all kind of up in the air, but I did just recently see a post from a guy, and I'm forgetting his name right now. Somebody has bought American Industrial Truck Models, and so he will be bringing back all of those fantastic trucks and semi-related items to the market that Dave had. Hood scoop options. We have several in one of our earlier drag file packs. The Scale Speed Garage 10, I believe it was. We have a number in that, but I have seen some other ones on Colts as well. So a lot of options there too.
There goes the neighborhood. Luca C in the house.
Oh man, Luca.
I don't know if you heard it earlier, Matt, but I want to, now that I know you're here, I'm going to circle back a little bit. I want to say thank you so much for the shout out you gave us with Scott Comer on your episode 4,
yes.
Or not episode 4, but the fourth magazine review that you guys did. Thank you so much, Matt. We appreciate that, dude. We definitely appreciate that.
Oh, do you see this? Oops, wrong one. Man, chat's moving so fast I can't click on him. He missed the rally car promo. Can we play it for him again?
Yes, let's play it for old Matt. He is that kind of guy. He gave us a shout out, so let's hook him up. Wednesday's gotta go pee.
There it is.
Hey, we should host another group build sponsored by the podcast.
Sure, but it needs to be a race car this time.
Yeah, something that can race on asphalt or dirt.
And night and different types of weather. That would be pretty cool.
And can fly.
Wait, what?
What you talking about, BG?
Hey, I got it. Rally cars.
Yes.
What date should we run the build for?
How about January 31st? It can start and go to December 31st. That's a good amount of time.
Sure, I can work with that.
Okay, but I gotta say, I'm a little concerned about the defying gravity thing. I haven't had much luck in that lately.
Join the Scale Model Car Podcast 2025 Really Cool Rally Car Group Build and build that rally car model kit that's been sitting on your shelf ever since you brought it home from the hobby store and said, I'm gonna build that one day, because now is your chance.
There you go, buddy.
And again, I said it before, I'll say it again, the defying gravity for Chuck. That is just hilarious.
And I'll be right back.
Yeah, Wednesday's got to go pee.
Yeah, Wednesday's got to go pee.
We have, Chris, I so want to apologize to you between the pizza guy showing up, well, Jason being sick, which, I mean, that is what it is. But then the pizza guy showing up. Now Wednesday's got to go pee. You poor guy, we're not giving you the full attention that you deserve. So we're definitely going to bring you back when we're a full house. But I do want to take a second to say thank you. You know, we told you in advance when we found out that Jason wasn't going to be here, and you were like, "Hey, the show must go on." So thank you for being a good sport and
of course,
hanging in there with us and shifting gears. And the chat has been blowing up, and I apologize to the chat for not being able to respond. Bruce has been doing the best he can, but I'm kind of watching it. But I can't. If I'm talking to Chris, I can't be over here. I don't know what it is about me. I got to be looking at somebody when I'm talking to him. It's kind of like got to turn the radio down in the car to think. I don't even know. I guess I'm getting old.
You know, Mike, I used to be a karaoke DJ back in another lifetime, and so I am well adept at rolling with whatever comes along. If I can handle drunk people wanting to sing, I can handle some winging it here for sure.
Well, no, guilty.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
After having there's a local wing house that does the karaoke thing, and there was a time, I think we've talked about it, but I was in the one-to-one business where I owned a Jeep shop, but I also owned a very large Facebook group that did both rides every month, and then we also did a social every month where we got together, and we would go to that wing house play. It wasn't a wing house, but it was a wing bar that had karaoke, and it happened to fall. We did it on Thursday, I think it was Thursdays or Wednesdays, and it was like one at the beginning of the month and one at the end of the month, and the end of the month always fell on karaoke night at that bar, and they always knew when I had too much bourbon, because I was the guy up there singing. They're like, "Yep, party's over, time to go."
When Mike gets up there and sings Britney Spears, we got to cut him off.
No, it depended on my mood, but it was always something old and country. But that's how I figured out that the word karaoke is actually I say Japanese, but it's some sort of Orient word for tone deaf. Apparently that's what it means, because I love that life.
You know, I don't drink anymore, but I still love to get on stage and tear it up. You can ask Josh when we went to GSL in Salt Lake last year. He's like a 9 p.m. bedtime guy, and I dragged him out to some bar, some shady bar in Salt Lake, and kept him there until like 1:30 singing karaoke.
All right, so listen, chat, real quick, while Bruce is out with Wednesday, today is Bruce's 71st birthday. So when he comes back, let's all give him give him a happy birthday, and me and Chris, I'm putting you on the spot, Chris. We're going to sing happy birthday to him. You want to do
All
good
right.
with that? All right. So we'll wait for him.
As long as we don't have to do it Marilyn Monroe style and call him
Right.
Mr. President, I think we're all right.
But we were talking about karaoke, so this kind of just like goes right into it. Chuck is here. Chuck.
Hey, there he is. I see Chuck now.
Yeah. I love the gravity part of your commercial, Chuck. That was funny. Okay, you guys ready?
All right.
Yeah.
Ready? One,
Happy
two, birthday
to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bruce. Happy birthday to you.
And at least
Happy
10
birthday,
more.
Wednesday couldn't have picked a better time to have to do what she had to do. That was like,
wait a minute. I'm coming back. There's happy birthdays over here. So I was getting ready to say, well, I see the cat's out of the bag. I got more than that.
look at Luca. Oh, God, my ears, they're bleeding.
Sorry, everybody. We do not offer any hearing exams after this video.
Right. The singing
that was the hearing exam.
Right. The singing voice of myself and Chris does not necessarily represent the opinions of the AMC livecast. Or stole it, or from Skill Speed Garage either, for that.
Exactly. My mouth quit working.
Well,
thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody in chat. Thank you.
I'm seeing some things. I'm seeing some things on my little list here that we haven't seen yet. Did we do the? We haven't done the sneak peek of what Scale Speed Garage is going to be putting out, or if we did, I missed it while I was getting the pizza.
No, we have not. I can.
Let's
show
do
that now if you like.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Let's do the sneak peek. We're getting into the heat of it. We got 59 people. We're at the top of so far since we've been in here. So heck yeah, let's show them what you got coming up, Chris.
Cool. I will share my screen here.
There you go.
Oop.
All right.
Oh, you're doing it that way. Okay.
there
we go.
Ooh.
Cool. So everybody knows the blue AMT Nova, right? That's legendary in our world for taking the chassis out of and hacking it up and ending up with 18 extra bodies and glass and interiors. I'm going to disappoint the slot car guys who are used to getting these for like $5 a piece from the modelers, but you no longer need to buy the Nova kit just for the chassis. We're doing the chassis. This is our pro stock chassis. This is coming out tomorrow for members. So full tube front end, adjustable suspension. We've actually got two different ride heights you can set here by just by which suspension bits you put in there. Brake master cylinder, a lot of extra detail. One of the things that I'm really excited about is you see these kind of notches here in the side of the frame rail. Those have sort of a matching peak on the inside of this suspension mount so that you don't have to guess, is my suspension lined up side to side? You can click it into place. Same thing with the cross member here. That is adjustable, and we've given you little divots for the cross member to sit in, so you can adjust that front to back. We're doing this one with two options for rear suspension, 4-link that you see here. With I'm kind of bummed Jason's missing this. I think he would probably scream like a schoolgirl to see Heim joints. But full fabricated Ford 9-inch rear end here. We're also doing a leaf spring option if that's more your style. A little bit more detailing to do on this, some bead rolling and such. But here is the Heim joints also have, let me figure out how to show this best. The Heim joints have little dimples on them too. and there are little matching divots
in the bracket.
So those self-locate. Now this is going to have some other goodies with it, fuel cell and some other stuff like that. Front brakes, some of the kind of lightweight scalloped brake rotors that you see on more modern drag cars. But then the kicker to all this is members are going to be getting this file here. They're also going to be getting this in 4 other sizes. So you can pro stock anything from like a Volkswagen Beetle all the way up to, say, like the Cadillac, the Revell Cadillac, everything in between. And for each of those sizes, we're going to do the full chassis, and we're also going to chop off the back half and the front half and give you those separate as well. So if you just want to graft on the front or back to whatever chassis you have, you can do that too.
All right, so 2 quick questions. I think you answered one of them. You have different sizes, so that's going to answer BG's question as far as what different ones, what kits does it fit. So it came out of the Nova, so anything that the Nova fit on, I assume it's designed to fit the Nova, so anything that the Nova fit on. And you're going to offer 3 other lengths for it. That's awesome.
Yeah, and actually 4 other sizes. We're going to do 5 sizes total.
5. Nice.
But this one that you're looking at here uses the kit dimensions from the Nova.
Okay.
And
the next question is, and I think Josh is actually answering it for us. We were going to ask, for those of us that don't have, don't have 3D printers, is that something that Josh is going to be printing? He said he was, if I read it right, he said he's pretty sure that he would be printing that. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I think so. And I suspect, kind of like the mini truck chassis that we did last year, I suspect that one will be one that Josh will have a hard time keeping on his shelves. That's been pretty popular. So,
well, I was talking to Josh about that mini truck chassis. I know he's got some, or you guys got some tweaks you got to work out. I'm salivating over that chassis. I want it so bad. I got a D50 that I picked up a bag kit at a show. I think I paid $10 for it. It's not all there, and they said it wasn't all there, but I'm like, I can find something to go on. And then I literally, like a week later, was listening to the video with you and Matt and Josh when you did the interview with Matt at Lucas C's Hobby Headquarters. I believe that's what that was on, or Lucas C's. At that time, it was the non-podcast, but now it's a podcast. He changes his name so fast I can't keep up. But either way, you can find it on the podcast. But when he came out with that, I'm like, oh, I gotta have it. And I hit Josh up, text message, and he's like, we got some stuff to do, and I'm still waiting for it. I'm wanting it so bad. But this chassis is awesome as well. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on one of these guys.
Good deal. Good deal.
Don, real quick, Don. I think, but now the only way to get it is to join Scale Speed Garage. But if you're just doing, Don's a very good 3D printer. He's a friend of ours, and he can join. Maybe remind us about just joining to get the files. That's $20 a month. Is that what you said?
Yeah. So it's normally $19 a month. But the link that is in the video that we played earlier, the scalespeedgarage.com/AMC, we're actually giving people 20% off on the monthly membership every month, as long as they remain a member. So that's not just like an introductory price. They'll get 20% off every month. So for AMC Live viewers, that files only membership would be $15 a month. Our mid-range membership would be $31 a month for AMC viewers, and the top tier, which also gets you the design training to learn how to design your own parts, that would be $47 a month for AMC Live viewers, and that, again, that's every month. And then we do also offer annual memberships. So the parts membership, which is just the files only, is $166 for the year, and that's 27% off full price. If you want the Pro membership, which gets you the troubleshooting help, the how-to videos, the partner discounts, things like that, that's going to be $328 per year for your viewers, and that's a 30% off the full price. If you want everything, if you want to also learn how to do the design work, that's the Scale Speed Garage Elite membership, and that comes in for AMC viewers at $460 for the year. That's $248 off what it would be full price to do 12 months of that at the monthly price. But so like I said, 20% off the monthly memberships, between 27 and 35% off the annual memberships. I was just telling the guys before we came on to the call tonight that I decided just this evening that for AMC Live viewers, I'm going to do an extra bonus. Anybody that joins the Scale Speed Garage at any of the annual membership tiers, I'm going to send you a goodie bag, and that's going to have some little tools that I love using for 3D printing. It's going to have some stickers. If you join, for the first 3 people that join for an annual membership for Elite or Pro level memberships, I'm also going to throw in a Scale Speed Garage t-shirt, which I have right here.
Look, that's a cool logo too. I love that.
That is
logo.
cool logo.
I love that.
Thank you.
That is very cool.
And we've never done like a physical drop it in the mail bonus for members before. So I'm kind of excited for this. Just kind of a cool way to get you guys some stuff that's going to be useful, and some stuff you can adorn your workbench and or your body with as well.
Chris, thank you so much for that. I'm sure our and I know that Don, everybody has a budget and whatever, got to work it in. Don said he got to work, but $15 a month, I think that's what you said it comes out to. So 20%
$15 a month gets you 50 or more files every month. Now, I'm not, I won't say that that's like 50 different wheels, but it could be, we have these 3 wheels that are each in 4 different sizes, things like that. But I think it's an incredible value. And that goes down
I think one of your current members is like, can we get a T if we're already a member? That must be one of your current members.
Robert, email me or send me a message on Scale Speed Garage with your t-shirt size, and I'll get one sent out to you.
That is so awesome, Chris. Thank you so much for that. You're putting out such a great product already. And then for looks like Matt's leaving. Night, Matt.
Night,
and
Matt.
then for you to do that for us, we definitely appreciate that. That's awesome. Now you're making me really want to get a computer and do some 3D printing. You're bound. You just keep rolling that bait out in front of me, man. I just keep.
Oh, that was my entire point here.
Right, just trying to hook me out.
There will be a link in the description.
Now, I remember Jason and I were talking, and I know very little. So tell me the question that Jason asked. When you get that file pack from Scale Speed Garage, and I'm probably not going to say this right, but I hope I make the point. Let's just say there's 50 different items in that pack. Can you download the items individually into your computer so you don't take up all the space, or when you hit the click button, all 50 go in there and take up space? That's a question that I remember Jason asking.
Yeah, when you download it, it comes all as one pack. It comes as a zip folder. You download it, you unzip it. Truthfully, with how cheap computer storage is these days, I've got a 6 terabyte hard drive on my computer that was a couple $100, so I don't think I'll ever fill that thing. So certainly you can kind of pick through it, and if there's stuff that you just know you're never going to print, you could certainly get rid of it. But we kind of unlike going to Colts 3D where you're in a build and you say, oh, I need this for this build, I'm going to go find the file and buy it. We kind of operate more like you're stocking your warehouse for things that you're going to need, and that you can print and use over and over again.
And if you don't want to use all the others, you can just delete those, and you still got the zip file.
Well, if you wanted to,
yeah.
But if your luck's anything like mine, though, you'd be like, I'll never use that. Delete, and then the next week you're like, like I never would have thought in a million years that rally car stuff would be something I'd be looking at, and now look at me. I'm looking for rally car stuff.
Me too.
Right. Well, the other thing too is once you join and you're a member, as long as you stay a member, you have access to all the file packs that were released during your membership, plus the 2 that were released before you joined. So that's the other thing. When you join Scale Speed Garage, you automatically walk into like at least 100 files. But yeah, as long as you remain a member, you can always go back in and download the file pack if you missed it or you downloaded it and then deleted it. Those are there for you long term. So,
and like I said, I asked that question, but I don't know much about. Like I said, I don't own a computer, so everything I do is off my Apple phone. So if it fits on there, then I'm good. But Don did say that he's going to get in on that. So Don, be sure and use the discount code, and Don, we'll see you, so you don't have to remember it now. But let's the code is in the commercial, and we will link it. Am I speaking out of turn, Bruce? It'll be linked.
It's gonna be in the description.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. It'll be in the
I will double check, make sure I have it there.
And it's super easy. It's 3 words, a slash, and 3 letters, right? scalespeedgarage.com/AMC.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
Unless you're Billy, then you can just store it on floppy disk.
Yeah.
Hey,
massive tape drive that takes up a whole wall.
I still have floppy disk.
Bruce, I may be speaking out of turn, but do you by chance have Josh's commercial ready to go?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got to run Josh's commercial. He was on last week.
We haven't played his yet today either.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out.
We're doing so many things out of turn.
Right.
I think the producer needs a producer.
Right.
We need a lot of help today.
Our producer's great,
Hey,
but we got
it's my birthday. I can do what I want.
Right, it's his birthday. Go, Shorty. It's your birthday. There's me at the karaoke bar again. There it is, the first official. We ran it with Josh being on, but that's the first official running of it. Y'all go check out Josh at VCG Resins. These abbreviations get me every time. VCG Resins, and be sure to use the AMC Livecast 10 discount. There.
AMC Live 10.
AMC Live 10. And again, Chris has got his coming up. We'll be scrolling that. It'll be in the description below. We're looking forward to that. But we're up here at our hour. Like you said, we winged it without our brother Jason being here. Let me check we got the promo code. You showed your sneak peeks. And Bruce's birthday. Happy birthday to you. Gotta check my notes down here. But I think we've covered everything that we hit on the highlights. If we've forgotten something or y'all thought of something, you got a question or anything like that?
Nothing that I have, no.
When they do join any of your levels,
yes,
if they have a question like, what resin do I use? What printers do you support? You have all that information for them, right?
Yeah. So that's something that we definitely talk about in some of the how-to videos. Members can always send me a message. Non-members can always send me a message, like find us on Facebook. shoot us a message there, or my email is also super easy. It's just chris@scalespeedgarage.com. You can shoot me an email there. We do also have a 3D printing buyer's guide for model car builders that we put out. And if you go to scalespeedgarage.com/2025 guide, that's 2025 guide, you can download a free copy of that. And that covers all of our current favorite printers out there, talks about all the other stuff that you need to get started. And again, that is a free download. We don't even collect like an email address for that one. If you want to grab a file pack of ours, in the guide, there's a link to come back to our website. And if you put your email address in and say, hey, yeah, you can send me some emails, we'll give you a free download of our drag pack volume. I think it's volume 1, SSG 10. It's like 130 files. Yours for free for joining the email list to stay up to date on what we're doing.
That is awesome. Well, to come back full circle, Chris, we're definitely want to bring you back. So when Jason's feeling better, we want to bring you back and let him ask some maybe more of the technical stuff that I certainly don't know anything about. And Bruce admitted he's only like 2 steps ahead of me, meaning he's got a computer and a printer. That would probably be the 2 steps. But we definitely want to bring you back and go over it again. But want to say thank you so much for the deal that you're offering our customer, our viewers. I mean,
absolutely.
$5 a month is $5 a month. If you get the $20 package, and then you're talking about, and I forget all the numbers, but you were talking about the big packages. It seems to me like the more you buy, the bigger the more you save, right?
Exactly. And Bruce, I'll get you and Jason added into Scale Speed Garage's members here early next week. By all means, I'm happy to jump on a call with you if you want and work out whatever slicer issues you have going on. So,
and I was going to say again, and Josh even touched on it in the chat. Email Chris if you have a question. I didn't spend a dime with him, and after talking to him, still didn't spend a dime with him. And he spent over an hour of his time and it was probably a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday, and he still took the time to answer all my questions for me. So I highly recommend reach out if you have a question. And Chris, I'm sure everybody has a life, but he will get back to you, and he will engage you. He's been really, really good about that. Mike's now talking about big package as well.
I just dropped my email in the chat too, so everybody has it.
Thank you for that. All right.
So, wanted to give a quick shout out. I did just saw Greg Renfro in the chat here. Greg is a Scale Speed Garage member, and he has been my most diehard attendee of the 3D design classes that we've been doing too. So it's been fun to get to know him and see his skills develop as well. So.
Absolutely, and I want to thank us. I think we had at least a few of your guys in here. The one guy asked about the T-shirt. Maybe it was the same guy. I want to thank those guys and gals for coming over and checking out the live cast. I know you normally do a thing on Thursdays, so you vacated that to be here today for us, and this evening for us, and we appreciate that for sure. I guess we get ready to sign off. Chris, just one more round, or where they can find you, or if there's a question you want to answer.
I just saw Don saying he's looking forward to working with Scale Speed Garage. Don, we're really excited to get to know you and see your builds and help you grow your skills with 3D printing wherever you're starting from. But easy to find us. We're at scalespeedgarage.com, Facebook and Instagram, Scale Speed Garage. YouTube is youtube.com/@scalespeedgarage. That's it. We don't have a TikTok or a Pinterest or a OnlyFans or any of those. But easy to find on all the major ones. So
Don's a very good friend of the show, a very good friend of ours personally.
Awesome.
He's been in the hobby for a long, long time. I mean, scratch building all the way. Cool. There's nothing that's been done in the hobby that he hasn't at least took part in. Great guy, and now he's doing some 3D printing stuff, and I think that you two would be a really good connection, and being able to help him out, and him, he's not a beginner, but everybody has a chance to learn. So I'm excited about if this show doesn't do nothing else but connect you two together. I'm excited about that. But
Cool.
again, thank you so much for coming on. We look forward to bringing you back when Jason's here and he can ask intelligent questions, because I'm not the intelligent question asking guy. I'm just the guy that makes noise. But we definitely appreciate it. Sir?
Yeah. I was going to say, it would have been nice to have Jason here, and I hope he's feeling better, but I would like to think we did better than just wing it tonight. I would like to think that we soared a little bit. So
I think did we soar or did we glide?
I think we did. There's some gliding going on.
Right in there.
Awesome, gentlemen. Right. Thank you again so much for having me on and for what you do for the hobby. And we'll be back on again soon. I'm looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And Chris, like always, hang on after we sign off and we'll do the behind the scenes stuff. Bruce, you're next, buddy. Who are you? Where are you? What can they do?
I am
Where can
Bruce
they find
Bruce's Eclectic World, and I am privileged to be the producer of this awesome, cool show with Mike and Jason and our awesome guests we have every other Thursday, pretty much. And everybody in the chat, thank you very much for the birthday wishes and for coming back every single week. You guys are the ones that make this show, to be honest with you. And we appreciate each and every one of you. Love you all. Thank you.
And where can they find you?
Bruce's Eclectic World. Where else?
Bruce's Eclectic World. All right. Well, first and foremost, I want to send out some love to my brother Jason. I hope you get better. Feel better, yes, brother. We missed you, but we're praying for you. Please get better. Do what mama tells you to do. Play by the rules. Get better, my friend. Go to the doctor if you need to. Miss Brenda, if you're listening or we're in the background, please keep us posted. Jason, as soon as you get better, let us know how you're doing. First and foremost, you're in our hearts and our prayers. So to quote Justin Ryan, T's and P's, which is thoughts and prayers. Next up, chat, thank you guys so much. We kind of winged it, but Billy said that we at least had both wings, and to quote Chris, we soared a little bit. So hopefully we did Chris the justice that he's due. Please go check him out and make sure you use that code. He's going to know that you guys heard about him through us by using that code. So please do use that code. Same way with Josh over at VGC Resins. Please, please, please use our code. And that lets him know that we're doing our part. So,
absolutely.
Absolutely. This is Mike, the Scale Model Outlaw. And like we say every week, y'all be good, be kind to each other, and keep on modeling. Oh, wait, one more thing. There's a big old thumbs up.
Keep on.